Come on, bro. What up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Asmau back with another video. And today I want to be talking about why I personally believe in astrology, how I use it as a tool, and how you can use it for personal development, career development, relationship development, just anything in general, to use it to learn more about yourself and just kind of how to move in this lifetime or whatever, okay? I got my tea here with me because this is some tea, y'all. This is some tea for real. So I just want to go into why I believe in astrology. It just makes sense to me basically to assume that the planets in our solar system all have an impact on us, and also kind of vice versa, Earth has an impact on all the other planets in the solar system. Because if we think about it, like, we get vitamin D from the sun, okay? We need that vitamin D from the sun. Vitamin D is something essential, and that's the main place that we can get it from. Of course, we can get it from some of the foods we eat, but really the sun is like the main source of vitamin D. And then also on the other side of that, the moon affects the tides, okay? And humans are 70% water. And if it affects the earth that much, like the waves, the tides, then it probably has an effect on us too. And not only that, but when I think about epigenetics, which is a study of science which basically focuses on how environmental forces can impact your DNA, I'm like, it makes sense for that to like be environmental forces, like not just on Earth, but like greater environmental forces. The environment, everything in and around us, not only just the planets, everything in and around us has an impact on us. The people we talk to, the foods we eat, the music we listen to, the books we read, where we live physically. Like, I feel like this all has an impact on us. With like all of that having an impact on us, that also includes the planets. So astrology it's really multifaceted. A lot of people who aren't that deep into it focus only on their sun sign, which is understandable, but your sun sign isn't really like your star sign, your zodiac sign. It's not really like the most important aspect of yourself. So in astrology, you have 12 signs, okay? 12 and more, because yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the main 12, okay? You have a sign for each planet and the sun. Each planet has a sign. So for example, Mars is a planet, and your Mars sign, you have a Mars sign. So let's say you're a Libra sun, your Mars could also be Libra, or it could be Virgo, or it could be Capricorn, or whatever it is. And that represents a specific aspect of your personality. So I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. Because if we try to condense human consciousness or even just personality into one little thing, it just kind of doesn't make sense, because I feel like humans, we're so expansive that there's so many layers, so many sides to us, that we can't just condense it into one reality, into one existence, or into one manifestation. Back to the example of the Mars sign. So when you think about the planet Mars, well, I know what the Mars planet represents, but each planet represents different things or different aspects of your life. So back to the example of Mars. Mars represents your drive, your aggression, how you complete things, how you make things happen. And for guys, it represents their sexuality. For women, it represents what they're attracted to. So I'm like, okay, if my Mars sign is in, what's my Mars in? Mars, Sagittarius. Yes. Okay. So this makes so much sense. This is the perfect example. So my Mars sign is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius represents expansion in terms of like knowledge. It represents exploration, especially a lot of travel. It also represents freedom and passion. So with my Mars being in the sign of Sagittarius in my personal chart, it means that I like to express myself in terms of freedom. It means that I like to travel. I like to learn a bunch of different things. And it also means that I'm attracted to partners who have these same qualities. Someone who's free, someone who's expansive, someone who is also passionate and likes to explore and learn different things. So that's like what my Mars sign is in, you know. So it kind of makes sense when I look at it that way, because I'm like, Libra's more of like a socialite energy, and that's my like my sun sign, but the sun sign is your ego. It's what you represent to the world, not necessarily who you are. Who you are would be more of your moon sign, and my moon sign is also in Sagittarius. So a lot of people can kind of see me as a Sagittarian energy because I have a lot of my planets are in the sign or the house of Sagittarius. If you're a beginner in astrology, it can seem kind of complicated or a little bit daunting to be like, oh, I got 12 planets. What does Jupiter mean? And what does Jupiter mean, especially when it's in Capricorn? And what does it mean if Capricorn is in my 7th house? And that's a whole different thing. You also have houses, and houses kind of represent areas in your life that you're trying to work on. So I'll just give another brief example. So for example, if Mars is in my 6th house, the 6th house is about daily routines, it's about work, it's about how you just basically move through the day-to-day life. So with my Mars in Sagittarius being the 6th house, it means that when it comes to my daily routine going to work, I like to have a lot of personal freedom in work. I like a job that will engage me mentally, that I can keep learning new things in. So you see, it's like, it's so specific, but at the same time it's so broad and it's so general, and I just think that's so cool because when I break down my personal chart, it's like, wow, it's like, dang girl, that makes so much more sense than just saying I'm a Libra sun. So how you can use it to develop yourself personally, professionally, in relationships, in anything, is by looking at your chart, looking at what planets are in which signs. Okay, let's say I was having problems with career development. Let's say right now I'm just like, ugh, I can't do anything. I don't know how to work on myself. I don't know how to push myself forward in career. I would look at where Jupiter is in my chart. Jupiter is a planet about expansion, it's about luck. So if I want to get lucky, I would look at where Jupiter is and use that in my career to help me advance my career so that I can be lucky, be expansive in career. I would also look at where my 10th house is in my chart, because the 10th house represents your public face. It also represents how people see you. It also represents career and how you will be successful in your career. So it's really, it might seem a little complicated right now, but as you go deeper into it, as you learn what the signs mean, as you learn what the planets mean, and as you learn what the houses are, you can combine all 3 of those to really focus on a specific area in your life and see how you can develop that area. So for example, let's focus on the example of love. If I wanted to learn how to expand myself in love, how I can attract a partner, I would look at Mars and I would look at Venus. So as a woman, I would look at Venus as how I express myself in love and what my love language is, okay? And then I would look at Mars to see what kind of person I'm attracted to. I would see what house Venus is in to see how I can attract a partner. So for example, if Venus is in my 1st house, the 1st house is about your personality, how you present yourself to the world, and who you really are. So if Venus is in my 1st house, I would attract a partner best by being authentic to who I am, and by being true to who I am, by expressing my personality 100%. That would be the greatest way for me to attract a partner. And let's say Mars is in the 10th house, that means I would be the 10th house ruling like your public perception, how like it can rule fame as well. Maybe I'd be attracted to like guys who are, you know, they're a little famous, you know, well-known, very popular type of people. So maybe that's the type of person that I'd be attracted to. So I can like focus on that and realize that, okay, maybe that's how best I could mix my Venus and Mars sign to work on attracting love in my life. Those are just some examples I wanted to give. If you guys want to learn more, just let me know and I'll make more videos. And also I could do a chart reading for you if you're interested. Just comment down below or DM me on Instagram at AW_Diallo, Diallo, and just let me know. I could do a chart reading for you and help you see like what areas in your life are very amplified right now. That's another thing. So the planets are constantly moving, but your houses aren't. And then there's also aspects, so how the planets relate to one another. The positive aspects are sextiles, are trines, are conjunctions, and the negative aspects are oppositions, squares, and I don't know what the other ones are. But let's say a sextile between planets, it's all based on the degrees on how they're related to each other. So sextiles and planets represent good energy. It means those 2 planets, their energies are working together. So let's say Jupiter and Venus are sextile in my natal chart. Then I would be like, wow, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, Venus, the planet of the feminine, divine femininity and love and romance for me as a woman. Like, it means I'm gonna be really lucky in terms of love. Like, I'm not even gonna have to try and attract love. It's just gonna be like I'm gonna fall in love by chance, and it's just gonna happen to be like great relationships. So that would be a good aspect of my chart. But let's say Venus is square Mars in my chart. Oh, that would be like a bad aspect for a relationship, because Venus, the feminine, and Mars, the masculine, are square, which means like they're pushing against each other. The energies are not working well. So that means they could have a lot of problems with like attracting relationships, or even balancing the masculine and feminine energies within your own self. So those are just some examples. That's why I believe in astrology. So if you guys would like me to kind of go a little bit deeper into it and talk about like how you can learn your own chart. If you want to learn your own chart, I would recommend going to Cafe Astrology. To get the most accurate chart, you're going to need your time of birth, your place of birth, and the day you were born. You're going to need those three things, because the time of birth represents your houses, so the areas in your life where those planets are going to be most amplified, and those signs are going to be most amplified. But yeah, go to cafeastrology.com and look up your birth chart, put in all that information, and they'll give you your chart. And when you look at it, you might be confused at first, like, what the fuck does all this mean? But as you scroll down, they explain what each of it means. They'll explain like, oh, your sun sign is a Libra, and this is what Libras are. And oh, Libra's in the 4th house of your chart, so that means this about this. And you know, it's really good at breaking it down, and it helped me to understand a lot better. If you like an application, I would recommend AstroKit. That's a YouTuber. That's a YouTuber that you can watch and also learn more about your astrology and stuff like that. But I don't know what the app is called, Astro something, Astro Star, I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it here somewhere. This app also breaks down your chart for you, and it'll give you a daily horoscope. But on the daily horoscope, it's not just like, you know, horoscope. It'll break down the aspects between your natal chart and the current chart right now. So it'll be like, oh, your natal Venus is conjunct with the transiting Venus, so that means you're going to be feeling very good in terms of life, because Venus is where it was when you were born. So it's like, oh, you're very in tune, you're very happy, you feel loved and stuff like that. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to end it here. If you guys want more videos on astrology, how you can use it to learn more about yourself and how you can use it to expand the different areas in your life, let me know. DM me for a chart reading. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. This was some tea, okay? So I hope y'all drank that tea and you're taking it in, because I feel like so many people are sleeping on it. And you know what? That's fine. It's okay. I'm not gonna try and push my agenda on you, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll try and answer them for you as best as I can. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.